morning. Welcome to the Monday message. I'm Rachel Skoltok and I've got some angel cards ready somewhere, and I've got a lovely message for you for this week ahead. So today is the 8th of July here in Australia, and this message is for the entire week ahead all the way through until Sunday of next week. So you can find me here on almost every Monday around this time, unless I've got a client or something, and I bring you some insights around the energy, guidance, messages, and healing for the week ahead. So I was thinking a little bit this morning about my sort of core values and my beliefs around this work that I do. And I guess what it is, it's about transforming lives, but it's done with powerful energy work, connection to angels and spirit, and understanding the spiritual laws. I really think there's an awful lot of spiritual information out there, or stuff that gets called spiritual or new age. Hi everyone, you've all just popped up. I didn't know you were here. There's lots of information out there, isn't there, on the internet? There's so much about crystals, about angels, about spirit guides. There's stuff about there's religious things, and there's stuff about the law of attraction, and all of it can be really confusing and really overwhelming when you're a seeker, when you're trying to find answers. But I have a really strong core belief that all spirituality that comes from the divine, God, the universe, use your name. I use God, the divine, universe, the source, intimately. I don't mind what name I use or that you use. What's important is our understanding that there is a presence of creative, divine wisdom and intelligence that is always with you. It's working with you, and it's a part of you. You have an essence of this inside of you. And so I really believe that all spirituality serves a purpose. And so if you read something on the internet or in a book that doesn't seem to serve a purpose, or the purpose seems to be to keep you in fear or threaten you in some way or try to control you, then that's not true spirituality. Because I know after all these years, spirituality is all about helping us to live a fuller, more aligned, more peaceful life, and that we fulfill our soul's potential. And part of fulfilling our soul's potential is really about learning soul lessons. And some of those soul lessons are about learning metaphysics, understanding the laws of attraction, understanding what part we play in our lives and taking responsibility for that, but also knowing that there is a force of good, our angels, divine beings sent from the source to watch over us individually, that there's divine love, support, guidance, and healing and protection that comes for us, that is there for us all the time. And if we know how to tune into that and we know how to align with that, then we are protected, we are guided, we are healed. This is how we find our way. And so I get really frustrated when I read things that seem to be either pointless or contradict the idea that spirit is on our side, that that we are beings of spiritual beings with great wisdom inside of us and with access to infinite possibilities. Anything that teaches you about limitation, lack, fear, feeling threatened is not true spirituality, I don't believe. That's dogma. That's something that has been humanized by the ego fear mind and is not there to teach you. It's there with another agenda. And we could sort of say that about everything in our lives, right? If it's not there to uplift you, if it's not there in a way to support you, if you can't learn something from it, and look, we can pretty much learn even when we go down the wrong track, can't we? It then ultimately, if it doesn't serve a higher purpose, is what I'm saying. So it's not always just about us. This isn't just like a selfish trip in our lives. but it's somewhat about us, because on an individual level, we all have to function, we all have to survive, we all have to flourish. And so at some points we have to be selfish in a way that doesn't harm others, so that we can get our needs met. And so that can be a spiritual lesson as well. So I'm just having a quick look to see who's here. Erica, hi, nice to see you. Stacey, hi. Kate and Patricia, hi there. Hi, Leanne, how are you doing? Sending you love, Leanne. Rosalie, thank you for being here. Tracy, hi there again. Thanks for the rainbows and the beautiful hearts. And Jenna is here, and Anita. And if I can't see any other names, it's because Facebook has moved everything up. Hi, Kate and Ida. Welcome, welcome. So what we're doing today is we're going to do a simple angel reading, and then we're going to talk about how to transform your energy, because that's what I'm all about. I'm all about practical spirituality, using the laws of the universe, activating our own sacred energy, our sacred intelligence, our connection to the divine, learning to align and learning to rid ourselves of those things that are toxic and that are holding us back and that are, you know, chaining you down, really, so that you can then align yourself to a higher level, and then you can transform your life. You can attract the things that your heart desires that are for your highest good. You can create success, you can create happiness, you can share that with others. But when you're in a low state, or in a state of fear, when you're in a state of fear, you probably know this already, it brings out the worst in you. And when you're in a state of lack, scarcity, not believing in yourself, perhaps you've been through a trauma and you're still angry or hurt or gobsmacked and shocked by it all. Maybe, you know, there's something in your life where it has rocked you, and that sort of, for a while, it takes you off out of alignment and it keeps you stuck. That's what I really love doing in my work, is I help people to identify and then release the things that are keeping them stuck. And they can be beliefs that have come from the traumas. You know, sometimes we don't remember that we change a little bit when something negative happens, and that can set us on a course that is unaligned with spirit. So hi Lizzie, hi Tina. And Jen is at work. I love that you're listening at work. Let's send some angel energy out to you all and to you at work. So first up, I'm going to do a little bit of guidance. And just like everything else in the universe that is for our highest good, guidance isn't simply woo-woo, quick fix, ego-based, you know, something amusing. It's actually profound, and that the universe is always speaking to us. And I think that's something that you can put in your pocket as a little bit of spiritual knowledge, to know that the universe, the angels, God, they're always whispering to you. There are always signs in your world. And when we use cards, we're not relying on pretty pictures on pieces of cardboard. What we're doing is that we align them with the divine source, and we remember what it is that we're asking for help with. And we remember that the universe is always speaking to us, and that we are a pure channel of that love, should we open and align with it. That then we gain clues from the messages that we get from cards, and sometimes very, very clear answers, and miraculous awakenings, because that's what we're all doing here. We're all on a journey of awakening. And when we learn to see life that way, things change radically. Things change radically. We stop being a victim. So I'm going to pull you a couple of cards for the week ahead, and I'm hunting around for my other deck that I shoved somewhere when I sat my bum down. And these are Ask an Angel cards from Tony Camille Salerno, Blue Angel Publishing. You might have noticed I've changed my cards a little bit recently. Okie dokie. Right. Beautiful. So the first card out for you this week. My first card is always about the present situation. What is the theme? I just saw an orb lifting up as I'm talking to you. So the angels have been involved in this shuffling. So it's the present situation, it's a theme, it gives you insight as to what is going on for you. And notice first of all the beautiful picture of the angel. Now in this card, I know the name of the card is emotion, but there's a lot of water, there's the moon, it's showing you connection to the moon and the stars. It's also showing you connection to your own insight and your intuition, and to trust your emotions. Now sometimes our emotions can be all over the place, but what we do is we judge ourselves when we feel that way. And instead of stopping and going, okay, what are my emotions trying to tell me? You know, because I think one of the biggest problems that especially sensitive, intuitive people have is that they've been told at some stage that they're too emotional, too sensitive, too woo-woo, too roller coastery. And sometimes that leads us to try to numb out or to judge ourselves when we feel emotion. Or you might be someone that feels uncomfortable with emotion because your family were uncomfortable with emotion. Maybe your family has a default emotion that they use instead of feeling everything that they need to feel and acknowledging what's going on for them. So you've got to be careful that, because, you know, we are programmed pretty much up to the age of 7, we're absorbing things without consciously knowing it. You've got to be careful that you aren't judging your own emotions, or you aren't using default emotions like anger and resentment or anxiety as a way to cover up for all your other emotions. And anxiety is a really interesting one, because lots of people say, oh, I have anxiety, as if it's this just one thing, almost like it's a disease, or like chickenpox or something. But anxiety can be one of those default emotions that gives you lots of, if you were to actually listen to all of your emotions and to let yourself feel and to acknowledge things that you maybe have buried or aren't allowing yourself to feel, then the anxiety goes away, because it doesn't have to get your attention. It has to be so loud. Anxiety has a really good job of keeping your attention. So pay attention to your emotions. What is it that you haven't been allowing yourself to feel? What is it that you're trying to push aside because you're busy or because you're working? And also, this is indicating that you really need to spend some time. Look how she's wallowing in the water. Water represents emotion, obviously. That you need to spend some time in that space. Maybe you need to do some releasing. So your emotions are one of the ways that your angels speak to you, believe it or not. You know, people often say to me during our one-on-one sessions, I do them on video call, and people will often say to me like, oh, I'm so emotional. And I just say it's okay. It's because of the angels. When there's something at the surface that needs to come up, and you work with me, the angels will begin to work with you immediately. Now, that's not something to be put off by. It's actually very healing. And I would say 99.9% of my clients will say that they walk away feeling lighter at the end of a session. And sometimes it's because they've allowed themselves to cry. Not everybody cries, but no matter what, the angels are amazing healers. So this card is your guidance. This is the second card. Now, we had this a few weeks ago, but it had a completely different meaning, perhaps. So this is the action that you need to take. This is something that you need to contemplate, absorb, even just allow yourself to look at the picture for a while and let it imprint into your consciousness, because there's strong angel energy coming out of this card at this moment. So you've got the heart in the center of the tree trunk. You've got the wings either side. You've got the tree solid, standing, almost like a wise guardian. But also, is it telling you to get grounded, to really allow yourself to feel your emotions and to connect into Mother Earth and also to the angels and to the divine source? This is also a message reminding you that you are a spiritual being in a physical body. You know, do you really get that? Do you really understand what that means? That doesn't mean that you are, you know, all of the thoughts that you have about not being good enough, the thoughts that you have about having not achieved things you think you should have achieved by now, or the things that you wish you hadn't done in the past, or when you get sad because someone doesn't acknowledge you or treat you right, then come back to this, the spiritual being in a physical body. You're grounded into earth for a reason. There's a big reason for it. And it's so that you can express all of the things that you want to express as a being. It's very hard to do when you're just in spirit. It's also remembering that you can rise above the heaviness of the world. The message of this is also home, making yourself at home. Maybe this is a sign for you that it's time to move home, that there are some changes needed in your home, and you need to bring in the light and to open your heart and let the messages that need to come to you. There's definitely a lot of movement with this one. So I feel like some of you who are here are really entering a time where you're making some big changes in your life, in your it's like base chakra stuff. You're making changes to the stuff that matters, that is your foundation. Now this card, there's a male angel to end up, which is not something that we've seen often with these cards lately. We've got Metatron's cube there, or the six-pointed star, which is as above, so below, in the center of his chest. You've got the wings. We've also got the words conflict, resolution, and Archangel Raguel, who is the angel of harmony. So there's some energy here of helping you to resolve something that's been bothering you for a really long time. It doesn't have to be an external conflict, although it can be. All external conflicts show us a conflict that is inside of us. So sometimes I put a card out yesterday that was about speaking your truth. When we don't speak our truth, that's an internal conflict that will, of course, manifest as an external conflict when you don't stand up for what you want. Ask Archangel Raguel to help you to resolve any conflicts. Maybe there's a conflict between where you are and where you want to be. This is what is coming when you follow the guidance in the other two cards. It's like, I can see like a red carpet being rolled out for you. It's like the instant you start to see what these cards mean for you, sitting still with your emotions, letting yourself feel, letting yourself releasing some long-held pain from the past that has been kind of rumbling beneath the surface for some time. Getting yourself grounded, thinking about, am I surrounded by good energies? Is where I live, where I work, what I do supporting me? Is it what I would want for myself if I, get to old age and look back at my life? Is this really what I want? And what changes can I make? And then it's like the answers are going to come for you. So I did make a promise in this this introduction that I would talk about 3 things that are that will help you to become more magnetic. And that's really, I think, that's one of the things that we all need to learn. I think we're in a place right now where we're all being awakened, and my computer's doing something strange. We're all being awakened, and we're all getting told like there's a widening gap between the old way and the new way. There's a widening gap between, you might have noticed you might have suddenly started noticing people's ego, or people in your life behaving in a way where you think, my God, I never noticed that before. Or maybe you find your values are aligning a bit more, and you're like, there's some things that I just really can't stand. I've been putting up with for ages, and now all of a sudden I just have no tolerance to them. Don't beat yourself up for that. That's an awakening. That is you awakening. That's the whole point of the shifts that we're going through. See what I've said before about spiritual, practical. It's not there for no reason. We're not just all talking about an ascension and shifts and awakenings and consciousness and signs and angels as some kind of entertainment. It's not entertainment. It's all here meant to help you. If it doesn't help you, get rid of it. So recognizing that the things that are coming into your consciousness, into your awareness right now, are here for a reason. They're waking you up. So rather than bitching about them or getting stuck in that consciousness, step back from it and go, okay, what's this guiding me to do? What are the changes that I can make from learning, what I'm seeing right now? And sometimes, yes, we need to be more compassionate. Yes, we need to put our shields up. We need to take care of our energy. And sometimes there's a bigger decision to make. Maybe you can compassionately walk away from someone that you're finding toxic. You can distance yourself lovingly from people. You don't have to turn it into a drama that's going to drain you. But take action. Trust yourself. Trust your emotions. Hi, Lucy, Jamie, Rosie, Kylie, Dee, Lara, and Sumi. I just saw you pop up there, Neroli. Lovely to see you. And Tina, thanks for coming. So 3 tips for becoming magnetic is, 1 is to start to awaken. Start to change your challenges into recognizing them from a different perspective, that they are awakenings, that they are there to teach you something. And when you've got the lesson and you've taken appropriate action, then the lesson will disappear. So if something is really getting to you at the moment, if something's really depressing you, if something's really hard, sit down with yourself, just like the angel cards showed us this morning, and go, okay, what is it I need to learn from this? What am I being awakened to? What is it mirroring back at me? Now, remember, a mirror isn't always like, if you meet someone mean, the mirror isn't that you're mean. If you are mean, then it will wake you up to that, right? But it's not that. It's usually a mirror of like, what is it I'm meant to learn from this? What is it mirroring back to me? So a transformation of perspective is going to make you more magnetic. Why? Because if you sit in victim and say, I'm not really happy because I've got all these challenges in my life, it's not fair, life never works out for me, why aren't I successful, happy, joyful, in love, whatever yet? Sit in gratitude and sit in what am I being awakened to here? And you will lose that heavy victim energy. Victim energy is probably responsible for most people, keeping most people stuck, because it really puts you in a position of powerlessness, and it makes you think that you can't do anything and that you aren't responsible for your life. And we all know that's not true, right? When we look at other people, we know they can make changes. But when we look at ourselves, sometimes it's a little bit different. Can I get some feedback? How are you feeling about that? Do you agree with that? You know, as an energy therapist who sees energy, reads energy, senses and feels it empathically in my body when I'm working with people, and I know how to remove it. When I remove any blame, shame is a big one that does keep you in victim mode, believe it or not. It's not that you are necessarily kind of being a victim and trying to get pity from people. It's just shame is powerlessness embodied in a disguise of making you feel bad about yourself. So when we let go of that and we do the intense energy clearings, that person rises like a hot air balloon. It's incredible. You become instantly more frequency aligned and more magnetic because you've risen your vibration, which means that you're more aligned with your soul and with divine spirit. That means you suddenly start attracting better situations, people, and things in your life when you get rid of the stuff that has been holding you back. It's a simple equation that most people don't get because they don't think of themselves as energetic beings. The second way to let go, to transform your energy and become more magnetic, sorry, I've made notes here, is to pull your energy back from places where you've left it. Now, places where you've left it when you're thinking too much about somebody or something, that's where your energy is. If someone is calling for your attention a lot, might even be a job that you do, your energy can be your energy. The aura around you can be traveling over there to that situation, person, because energy goes where your thoughts go, and you need your energy around you. If your energy is somewhere else, how the heck can the universe find you to deliver the things that you're asking for? How are you going to be magnetic, charismatic, attractive? Have you ever heard the words attract, don't chase? When you chase something, it makes you feel powerless, and it also repels. So, you know, chasing another person that you're in love with, chasing clients, chasing fans, chasing followers. I absolutely can't stand when people say, do you want to buy more likes from me on Facebook or Instagram? Because I know it's a complete waste of time. It's not aligned. And what is it going to do? Make me feel a bit better to see I've got 10,000, 100,000 people, but those people aren't aligned with me. And that means I'm desperate. I'm chasing that rather than letting people organically come to me because they're attracted to my message and my energy. That's the way to have anything in your life, is to magnetically attract it. So one of the things you have to do is pull back your energy from anywhere that you've left it. And if you think this person is going to be my savior in some way, whether it's a marketing expert, whether it's a coach, whether it's a boyfriend, a girlfriend, whether it's the Centrelink or whatever. If you believe that something is going to be your savior, you send your energy to that thing. And when I say send your energy, it's like a big octopus arm of your energy goes there. You are losing that magnetism, because you are seeing that thing or that person as being the source of your good, and that will also lose money. It will lose abundance. It will keep you off track for a really long time. It's miraculous what happens when you pull your energy back. You pull your energy back by setting an intention that you're not going to make that person thing the source of all your good. You pull it back with a visualization of drawing your energy back to you. And you also cut the cords, because as soon as fear gets involved, you start to lose energy, and that lowers your frequency, your vibration. If you're not magnetizing anything to you at this time, or you're not magnetizing good things to you, you need to clean up your energy. That is step one. You need to clean up your energy and your mindset. The third way, okay, I had about 5 or 6 things, and it's really difficult to choose one. The third tip I've got for making yourself more magnetic is to value yourself. And that sounds like a bumper sticker Instagram post, right? But it's absolutely true. You have to value yourself. And I don't mean just like, go, okay, I like myself. It's more of a case of going, who are you? What is your essence? What is it about that essence that you want people to read on you? You know, because we're always reading people's energy, even if we don't realize it. What is it you want people to pick up on you? You know, do you want people to see you as, you know, if you're a musician, as this amazing, talented person that can move them to emotion, who they just can't get enough of? You know, like when I think about my favorite artists, I love those people. I just love their energy. I love what they sing about. I love what they're projecting into the world. I love open-hearted people that are, it doesn't matter if they're musicians or artists or coaches or authors, people who radiate love and who send messages that they care about those big subjects in the world. So if that's is that what you want to radiate? What is it that you want people to pick up on you? Then start to choose some words and thoughts and ideas that project that, but also start to come from that place, and don't allow people to stay in your life or your presence, or that treat you less than that try to hold you down. If you notice there's people that want you down at their level, or they prefer you below them, or they prefer you poor, or they prefer you. I can remember a friend saying to me once, years ago, when I had my business and I first, I was getting my book finished and it was about to be published. And she said to me, she rang me up and she said, I've got an admission to make. I don't want you to be successful. I want to hold you back. I've been praying that you don't get success with this book. And I can actually feel a bit emotional thinking about it now. And I was like, oh, and she said, because I'm afraid I'll lose you. And I thanked her for her honesty. It was kind of good to know that there was that going on. But I never felt the same again, because she'd revealed herself. Thank you, universe, awakening. And I had to move past that friendship, because you can't be around people like that. Now, not everyone will be dishonest, right? But you'll sense it. You'll feel it in your gut. You'll feel it when you walk away. Do you feel drained, a bit depressed, a bit less than, a bit like, who am I to do what I want to do? When you walk away from certain people, my God, they are the people you need to avoid like the plague. And if you're related to them, just do kind of pleasant, shallow kind of visits, and keep it short and keep it brief and talk about the weather. And don't reveal your heart's desires, because you cannot afford to let that energy pull you down. It will sabotage you every time. Now, I can see some of you are talking to me here. Hi, Lucy Lou. And Nat says she needed this today. Bless you, bless you. This is the angels talking. It's not me. You know that, right? So heaps of people are leaving your life, Dee. Yeah, mine too. And some need to go. Donna. Yes, getting it. Okay, makes a lot of sense. Trying to be around positive people. Good girl. Lara says, yes, you've been seeing things differently. Been trying to detox in all forms. Energy detox is the best thing ever. Leanne, lots of things going on in your life at the moment. I know, sweet one. family members use guilt to service their needs, and you have zero tolerance for it. Yes. Isn't it amazing that when you do wake up to it and you do a bit of work on yourself and your triggers, how then all of a sudden those things that used to manipulate you kind of quietly beneath the surface and cause havoc, suddenly you have zero tolerance for them. And it's really good. It's also, you know, right now, Leanne, you know, your defenses are down because you are going through so much. So it's important that you do shield yourself. And I'm glad that you're meeting this with love and clarity. Good girl. Great work. Erica, that's what I'm needing to do right now. Call back your energy. Yes. Yes, you do. So you need to pull back your energy and cut the cords and come back to grounding yourself, Erica. And, you know, really look at what the lesson was in that for you, living in someone's reality, because that's something that has enormous wisdom. And if you can free yourself of the pain of it and have your energy back, you're going to feel amazing, because you're going through a period, and I feel that too for Leanne, you're going through a period of spirit, of this kind of suppression, which will then launch you higher when you come out of it. That's a good thing about spiritual growth. Okay, and that's great. Thanks so much, everybody. I appreciate it. So this week, make yourself magnetic, release, detox, get onto an intention of really valuing yourself and calling your energy back, and think about what your intentions are, what it is you really want to do in the world, you know, for the highest good of yourself and others, of course, because that is, you know, that will lift you higher than all of the marketing in the world, all of the, you know, the shortcuts that people are trying to sell us. So if you would like to work with me, I do realize that very, very often I put content out and I don't market myself. So, but it's not just about marketing myself, it's about letting people know what I do. So people ask me all the time, do you still do private sessions? Yes, I do private sessions. You can do a video call for 1 hour or 90 minutes with me. We work on intuitive guidance, powerful, powerful energy work. I get a lot done. We dig deep. You need to really show up, but it makes a huge difference, and it's transformative physically, emotionally, energetically, and in your financial life too. I'm well versed in metaphysics, law of attraction, high level energy work. This isn't just Reiki, although there's nothing wrong with Reiki and I love it. This is high level energy work and clear angelic guidance and channeling. Yes, I also still do private readings. You can book a reading on my website. You can book a private session on my website. I do half-hour and 1 hour private readings where you will get a lot of information channeled from the angels, practical spiritual guidance, things you can use in your life, things that will help you to free you from things that have been holding you back and give you clear steps as to what to do next. You can also do a program with me. So Rich Radiant Angel is my current program, which is really a deep immersion where we totally transform your life. This is an energetic, it's like going through an energy car wash. You go through everything, and it's powerful, it's fun, it's profound. I get to know my clients. Some have become like dear friends to me, and I value you. I offer you deep support. I really, really think support is an important thing in transforming your life. And when you are in that state, this isn't about me doing it, it's you doing it. I'm just offering you the tools and facilitating and holding the energetic space with the angels for you. And that's what makes all of the difference. So I think if you are ready to make a big change, step forward, reach out and contact me, and let's see what I can do for you, how I can serve for the highest good to help you to move forward. This is the year of awakening and moving forward and getting on track, because I see next year as being a really high, it's all about material abundance and also getting onto divine life purpose. You know, again, spiritual guidance with a meaning. Read my post yesterday about guilt. I started off using the F word and then someone complained, so I took it down and changed it, but I kind of wish I'd left it up. It will tell you all about we're doing right now, what we're clearing. Okay, any questions about me, my work, please ask. And lots of love to you all. Angel blessings. Have a great week ahead.